Statesville.
All right, good morning. It's 3 minutes after 10 o'clock, and it's another beautiful day in the sunny South. Right now, we're 78 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. Just get ready for another glistening day, ladies. And
Do you glisten, Billy?
I try my best not to, but sometimes it just happens. And, of course, if it's Thursday, that's our Downtown on Tap with Marin Tomlin.
Good morning.
Marin Tomlin.
Got some marbles in your mouth.
That's right. And Downtown on Tap, of course, from the Downtown Statesville Development Corporation. Lots of good things going on.
Absolutely. Good
People
morning,
are
everybody.
Getting back out and ready to go.
Yes, and the colds are just flowing. I know two people with colds.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny.
Summertime cold, and then you got the allergies, baseball dust, like you said.
Oh, my God.
Kids playing sports. So what you got going on today?
Well, I am excited to have with me two new businesses in downtown Statesville. So we've got Monica Hicks with the Hidden Spa and Angie McAlpin with One Love Yoga Studio and School. So these businesses Angie, you opened, a month ago? Oh, sorry, Angie, yeah. You opened, you just opened last week.
Well, about
2 weeks ago?
2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, Monica, you opened
5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So two really great new businesses in downtown. And I'm going to actually start with Monica to tell us about the Hidden Spa. So kind of tell us the story. Well, first of all, what is the Hidden Spa?
So the Hidden Spa is a place to come and relax and renew, get a facial treatment, massage therapy in a really quiet, serene environment. So this was a really exciting thing to bring into Statesville because I know there are lots of places to have those services, but they're not in the environment that we have. So we have this nice, relaxing, peaceful environment, and we're just really excited to be here.
That's awesome. So tell us about kind of how you got involved. So you are actually an anesthetist. I always have a hard time. An anesthetist? Is that how that...
No.
Okay.
It's such a tricky word. I get asked this a lot. I'm actually an esthetician.
Oh, God.
Oh,
esthetician.
Okay.
Esthetician. So isn't there an A, though?
It depends on where you read about us.
Okay.
So
esthetician.
some people,
I can remember that much easier than making it harder.
It sounds fancy when you it looks fancy when you put the A on there. It's super confusing.
Okay.
So I generally leave that off. But so an esthetician evaluates people's skin. We look at what's going on. We talk to them about their concerns, anything from acne to sensitivity to aging, and we study the function of the skin as an organ as well as the layers of the skin, so that we can help people reach their goals, help them pick products that will address their goals. And then also we're trained to recognize skin conditions that should be referred to a dermatologist or to their family doctor. So
actually, you know what? My sister-in-law, it was several years ago, and she went and had a facial, and they sent her to a dermatologist, and she had some skin cancer. So, yeah.
Yes, that's happened multiple times over the 13 years that I've been licensed here in North Carolina.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
So, how long have you worked in this industry?
So I started when I was, I'm going to tell my age. I started when I was 20 years old at my grandmother's Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio in downtown Mooresville.
Okay.
So just 2 years ago.
Just 2 years. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I grew up going to work with her over the summer. And I would go spend the night with her a few nights at a time. I grew up in Hickory, so driving to Mooresville was, not a weekly thing, but on occasion. And we would, I would go in, I would help her do the menial tasks, like cleaning glass and polishing silver jewelry and all those fun things. And I just fell in love with the atmosphere. I loved being in a cosmetic and skincare environment. I loved seeing women come in and be excited to purchase something that made them feel good about themselves. So I always knew that I wanted to work there. And when I guess I was 25 years old, I started working there full time. And people were coming in asking if I could give them a facial or give them an eyebrow wax. So it just kind of evolved from there. I thought, what do I need to do? And so I went to aesthetic school so I could offer those services.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you have been working down out of the Merle Norman store for the last...
Oh, my goodness. Well, I've been working
for a while.
Long time. Let's not do the math.
Yeah. I agree. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'd been there for a long time, and my mom, my dad, and I owned that studio together. And my parents were ready to retire. They got a great offer on the building, and so they decided to take it. And I wanted to get closer to we wanted to be closer to our children. My husband and I did.
So you live in Statesville.
So I live in Statesville. Okay. We've lived here for 7 years. And we have 4 children who are in the school system here, and we wanted to get to know the community that our kids are growing up in.
I'm the same way. Like I used to work in Hickory years ago, but I lived here, and I was like, I've got to get back to my community and really get in the know. So
it feels a little more simple too. Like to be closer to home, close to school, close to all the activities that our family is involved in. So that was a big draw for us. And we found a fantastic spot here right in downtown Statesville that we fell in love with.
Yeah, so tell everyone kind of like where it's located and how you came up with the name and all that sort of stuff.
So we found a great building called the City Center Building, and City Center runs from Center to Cooper. The building is very large, and we are in the lowest level. And we found this suite that's 2,000 square feet. It's huge. It's been a lot to decorate and furnish, but it's been fun. And so it was an opportunity to grow, to take a risk. And I am somewhat of a risk taker. So I like a little bit of a challenge. And so we decided to expand, and we have a massage therapist with us now. And we have a reflexologist starting next week.
Fantastic.
And an amazing relaxation lounge that clients can enjoy before or after their service with some incredibly comfortable lounge chairs. It's just a nice environment.
You went from, what size were you working out of?
Well, I was working out of a very small room in the back of the Merle Norman studio that used to be a storage room.
150 square feet. I mean,
yes.
To 2,000. Yeah. That's awesome. That's so exciting.
So is that where the name come from because of your location?
Yes. So I knew that when I relocated, I wanted to rebrand because I wanted to grow. I wanted to offer other spa services or have other people offer those services. And I told my husband I wanted to do that and that the name would just come to us. And when we went and looked at the spot and saw how hidden and tucked away and private it is, even though it's right here in the middle of downtown, I said, we're going to call it the Hidden Spa. So that's
perfect.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, you come into it off of Cooper Street. Oh, you can come in on
Center or
on
Cooper.
Center and go down or something. So, but if you want to walk in the Cooper Street with all the glass.
Oh yes,
it is pretty. Yeah,
it is pretty.
Both entrances are so different.
That's right.
So
I just you talk about esthetician. I used to always think esthetician was someone who just removed your hair. Got rid of hair on your face and things like that.
We do that too.
And but it's more than that. And I'm just as an aside, just as a comedy bit. This was a real news story that we got from one of our prep services that women are now shaving. It's a thing for women to shave. And I'm like, back in the day, when they told guys, if you want to grow a beard, you shave. Because the more you shave, the more your beard will grow. I don't know that that's true. But is that the same as something called dermaplane?
It's really interesting that you're asking me this question.
There we go.
It's a great question, Billy. And this was not prompted. This is totally on the fly.
Yes.
So I am requested this treatment pretty often. And actually, I would love to offer dermaplaning. But in the state of North Carolina, estheticians are actually not legally allowed to do that any longer.
Really?
It's been deemed to be out of our scope of practice, and it's only offered by an esthetician at a medical spa.
Oh.
That's the only way that it actually is legally supposed to be offered. So I have people ask me for this every week, and I say, I wish I could do it, but it's not worth losing my license. So I'm sorry.
What is dermaplaning?
Dermaplaning is simply put a straight razor over the face to remove vellus or that peach fuzz hair, and, as well as dead skin buildup. So that's what it is.
But what happens to the peach fuzz hair? Does it come back thicker, or does it just come back?
Actually,
I mean, that's a question.
no, this is
because I have some, and
It
I'm always
is.
curious. I'm like, I wonder if I should get rid of that.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a blog about this, and I guess probably about a year and a half ago, because I was asked this a lot with waxing, tweezing, shaving, whatever method of hair removal that someone's doing on their face. And your hormones and your genetics dictate your hair growth. So shaving or tweezing or plucking doesn't actually change your genetics or your hormones.
Okay, so it's going to happen regardless.
If you're going to grow hair, you're going to grow hair. The only thing is that I explained to someone, like if you look at if you think about your hair follicle, it's tapered and it's thicker at the surface, and then it tapers out. It gets softer and smoother and thinner towards the end of the hair.
Right.
If you cut it off, it has more of a blunt feel to it. So if you shave your face, you've cut the soft end of the hair off, and you've got that stubble.
Like what I have.
So some women that shave or dermaplane, yes, they may feel a little bit of a stubbly texture, but it's not going to make the hair thicker. It's just you're feeling a different part. Does that make sense?
Yes,
It
it
does,
does. Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And so it's not just for women. I mean, I'm not saying just your services are not just for women. Do you have
Correct.
a lot of male
I could use a
customers?
dermaplane myself.
Not dermaplane, but just
I
all
know,
the-
but I
yeah.
could use one.
Billy, you may really like microdermabrasion.
Yes.
It's one of my most popular services.
Yeah,
that
so I was
like
going to ask you, what
sandpaper?
what are some of the most popular, and what's your favorite to do?
Well, so microdermabrasion is one of my most popular services for new facial clients or for women or men who have been having facials for years. They love microdermabrasion because it's instant. It's instantly gratifying. It's almost like a little bit of a sandpaper and a vacuum all in one, and you glide it.
That doesn't sound like relaxing.
But I wish
the
one of my
little-
clients would call in and
is
be
that
like,
the-
"No, it's amazing."
Is that the little needle things?
No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
not. There's so many different things.
there's
Oh my
tons.
goodness, the world of aesthetics has just
Yes.
blown up in the last 5 years. And then with women not wearing makeup as much due to the pandemic and all. I mean, now they are again, but prior to that, women were really obsessed,
All
and even
natural.
men with their skincare and doing skin treatments.
Yes.
So
Men,
yeah,
men can come as well.
yes.
So a face like mine would take several $1,000s. I have the face for radio. That's what they always say. That type of thing. So anyway, no.
You're
Don't
funny,
answer that
Billy.
question.
Oh, okay.
Don't
I
answer
will
that
not.
question. That's right.
So,
So microdermabrasion
Okay.
is probably my most popular service.
and it doesn't.
It does not hurt.
Okay.
No, it does not. And you're not red or swollen or anything like that when you leave. The skin just has a nice glow. It's just smooth, it's soft, and then it's just so ready for any serums or mask or anything else that I apply to the skin after the microdermabrasion.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I thought it was, because I just want to do things that just relax me, but also
Right.
make me pretty,
Right.
But
it's
yeah,
both.
but I don't want to. I don't
You
like
could use
pain.
some
I don't like
relaxing.
pain.
So that's the most popular. One of my favorite things to do, I purchased a desiccation machine, which basically means to dry up.
No, but that sounds
Is
terrible.
but you know those little like red moles that people get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just pesky.
Yeah.
And we don't like them because they make our skin look uneven. So they're really
Does it suck it out?
No, actually I just tap it and it just dries it up immediately.
Huh.
So it just dries up
Interesting.
so it's like a little collection of blood under
Yeah.
the skin, or like a little blood vessel. If you look at it in a magnifying
blood
lamp,
vessel,
it's like a little knot of blood there. And so I just tap it and it dries it up, and it creates this tiny, tiny little scab. And then in a week, you can't even tell it was there. It's completely gone. That's my favorite thing to do because it's also instant gratification, and it's something that makes men and women feel good, women whether or not they have their
Right.
makeup on or not.
Yeah,
they
'cause
feel
you
better
can-
about.
It's just, yeah.
Yes.
You don't have those
yes.
marks.
So
Well, and I don't know that you can see this on Facebook Live, but she has the most beautiful skin. I mean, it
You
is
do. You
just
can.
spectacular.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I guess you always want to have whoever's
Glowing.
doing your
Yeah,
facial.
that's right.
You want to make sure they have good
Skin that's glowing.
Thank you.
Well, so one of the exciting things is that she's going to have her rolling out the red carpet grand opening next Thursday,
Yes.
the 3rd of June
That's
at
correct.
4:30. So look on Facebook and if anyone's invited that wants to come check it out.
Sure. The more the merrier.
And then the other thing can somebody come in and like rent the relaxation room?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do
So
that.
if you're having a stressful day and you need to just come and kind of decompress,
Yes, soft lighting, salt lamps.
you can go
Relaxing
there
music.
for your lunch hour, and you just need to kind of
Yeah.
tune it all out.
That's very cool.
Yes, it is.
Especially now we have a lot of lawyers' offices in town, CPAs.
So all of that
Downtown Statesville
information, your
Development
pricing,
Corporation.
everything is on
Yes,
your website.
it's
You
on
wanna
our website.
Tell everyone. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
No.
Mary. It's hiddenspanc.com.
All right.
I'm writing it down.
Well, yeah. If you're interested in anything, come see Monica.
Please
at the
do.
Hidden Spa. So we're excited to have them in downtown, and we'll have information about their grand opening on the downtownstatesville.com website as well. So
Excellent.
next Thursday, June 3rd at 4:30. So
Got it. Be there or be square.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you,
And
do,
I might have some more questions for you. We'll see.
do you do bikini wax? Just asking. That's okay.
You know.
Never mind.
Do you really?
I took body waxing off my menu several years ago. I much prefer to do facials, brow waxing, and tinting. Those are my favorite things to
Okay,
do.
there
but,
you go.
know.
Well, I need to clean up before I go to the
Yeah,
beach.
the brow waxing is something I'm interested. Or no, the brow tinting. That's kind of
It's very popular as well.
yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, there's so much to do. I've
There
got to
is.
get my face done, and
That's
then I
right.
got to go do some yoga.
That's right.
So,
Get feeling better.
excited to have Angie McAlpin with One Love Yoga
Yay.
in downtown Statesville, and this happened really fast too.
Very fast.
I mean,
Quick.
kind of tell your story about how you came to be in downtown.
So I had always wanted to be in downtown Statesville, but there was always another studio in Statesville, and I just didn't want to bring in another studio on top of another studio. So I was like, if there's ever not one, then I just love the vibe here. And we just bought a home in downtown Statesville. So the opportunity came. I have a studio in Taylorsville that I've had for a little over 3 years. It's One Love. And I do run a 200-hour school, Yoga Alliance school.
For yoga instructors to come and get trained.
Really?
He was a little,
Yeah, I was a little, what?
Yeah, so Yoga Alliance is accredited, and I made, it took me a while, but I had to go through an entire 200-hour syllabus that was back and forth between me and them. Like, you need to add a little bit here, do a little bit here. It's their guidelines. And they actually do the certification, which you can use all over the world.
Wow.
So when you get 200 hours certified, it is credible like everywhere. So I started that. This is my second year running that school. And next year, I'll run the 200-hour out of my studio here in Statesville.
Cool.
Which is exciting. But yeah, it all kind of like just happened. We found the building, and I was like, let's do this. Like, and we did. And it just all came together. Yeah. And we opened the 7th.
Yeah,
the 7th. And it's been nice. Like, I love the vibe downtown. I love... I was nervous because, when I've been running my studio in Taylorsville, like, I've gotten used to my students there for like over 3 years. And it's kind of nervous to come into a new community and not know anybody, but I have loved everybody that I've met so far. And they've been really super supportive. We're right beside of...
Well, they're right beside of CVS.
Yes,
Which is-
the salon.
Where
The
Molly
ex-
Malone's used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
On North Center
Yeah.
Street.
Yes, and it's been really good. So right now we have me and 3 other instructors, and I am bringing in a senior chair yoga instructor.
Oh, nice.
In September, which will be really, really nice. I have chair yoga in my studio in Taylorsville, and it is super phenomenal for seniors, for injured, recovering from an injury.
So chair.
Like you sit in a chair, right?
I thought you were saying.
You sit in a chair, and actually Melinda in Taylorsville, she has worked this group up to where now they're standing, and she has 85-year-old women in chair yoga, and we have one she has one that came in, and when she came in she could only lift her arm here, and now she's like lifting her arm up and over.
Really?
Oh, it's amazing.
That's awesome.
I have 2 instructors in Taylorsville. They actually graduated from my 200-hour last year. They're amazing. Like they're
so take this out of my mind. When you think of yoga, I just think of seeing, the legs.
I know, as I sit here and try to stretch my back.
but all of the crazy Instagram yoga. That's what I call it.
Yeah. So what is real yoga like?
So
it's more than just putting your leg around your head.
It is definitely way more than the Instagram yoga that I call it.
Yeah.
It's healing. It's very healing. It is not about a headstand. I mean, they're great, but it's not about that. It's, a lot of times people get so nervous because they see these pictures of these headstands or these binds or these crazy asanas or poses, and they're like, I could never do that. I'm not going in. They're intimidated. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it is not that at all. It is what you can do in your own body. And yoga is so much more than just the asana practice. Yoga is actually an 8-limb pathway, and the asana, or the physical practice, is the 3rd limb. Like there's so much more to it. It's a full body healing experience. I mean, from spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, it's all of that. And if you can breathe, you can do yoga.
I can do yoga.
You can do yoga.
Kinda.
So you're going to come to yoga.
So, you think of someone who has my body shape as not being able to do any yoga, because I just exactly think about Instagram yoga.
Yeah, that's what I call it. And it's sad.
But like I've had surgeries on my arms before like that. So like this arm can only get up like this.
Right.
But you can teach me how to.
I can give you some tools and you do the work. That's what it is. Yeah. It's like almost, this is what I tell my students, it's almost like you come in, and when you come in the door, you're putting a tool belt on. And I'm just walking around giving you the tools. You're actually the one that's healing your own body. You're actually the one that's doing the work. And it's no expectation, no judgment. I don't even have mirrors in my studio. Like, I don't want you to look on the outside. I want you to look on the inside. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to concentrate on, alignment is good, and that's what you got, the person that's sharing the practice, is so I can look at alignment. You know what I mean? Because there's no expectation. And I feel like if you are looking at the teacher or whoever's instructing, or if you're looking at other people or you're looking in the mirror, you need to be so perfect, and it's not. It's how do you feel in it?
Well, see, I've done yoga a few times.
Really?
Not that often. And I do want to get more into it because I have aches and pains and all that stuff, and I think it's going to be the best thing for my back and all that. But I always have to look at everyone else to see if I'm doing it right, because they use these terms, and I'm like, what's that? I'm like, oh, okay, arm up, leg back.
Well, for beginner, I do like to teach on the mat because people do need to kind of see. But I always try to say, I'm just showing you the shape. Create your own shape in your own body, because everybody's body's different, and everybody's going to look different in it. But I think that if people could get outside of the headstand, the bind, and yoga is, it is a workout too, but it's a work in.
Oh, very good.
So I want to work in, but I also want to work out. So
You'll
it's
get
going to
work out.
Okay. I need to tone up, and okay.
You'll definitely.
I'm going to get that.
You'll get it all.
Get it all. Peace.
Yes.
That's
and
right.
toned.
Yeah.
That sounds
That's
perfect.
We live every day basically in the fight or flight mode. We're busy. We're always busy. It's hard to take time for ourselves. It's hard to even take 5 minutes. People's like, I don't have time for yoga. You need more then.
Would you is it like meditation?
Yeah, we do meditation too. I kind of like to just blend in. Meditation is one limb, of the pathway. So it's like you really, yoga basically is a call to action, but it's also bringing your body into a place to where you can come deeper into a meditation, where you can, at the end, everybody's favorite part, and I have shirts made that says this, is like, I'm just here for the Shavasana, which is the very...
What is Shavasana?
Yes.
Okay, so
Glad
Shavasana...
you know what that is.
I know what it is.
I'm just here for the bourbon.
Shavasana and bourbon.
Shavasana is at the very end where you completely lie flat on the back. I mean, if you need a prop or whatever, you could use that, but you let the bones be heavy. You let the finger joints be soft. You soften in the face. You remove the tongue from the...
Totally relax.
It's a resting space. The breath is however it wants to be. It is the stuff. Like you work so hard to get here to this Shavasana, right? And it's a place or a space of rest at the very end of the practice.
So not exactly like a spa.
You could kind of almost say that you kind of dip into the parasympathetic nervous system with both, I think.
Wow.
Yes.
She's using some terms that just...
I know.
You got this.
So
I gotcha, Angie. I know what you're saying.
that's the opposite of the fight or flight that we live in daily. This.
Yeah.
And
I want to get out of that.
yeah. And so you have
that.
to drop in to the parasympathetic. And I think too, because I do, like I'm going to have to try out your spa, but I do go to get a facial or massage and do the self-care. It's so important because you have to find ways to drop into the balance, the opposite of the fight or flight. And yoga is an amazing way to be able to do that.
So is that like the stuff, again, I don't want to say a TV commercial, but you see that a lot of older people are doing.
That's like Tai Chi, right?
Yeah, is that what that is?
Well, if they got,
But you're meditating, but you're also
Like there's that
doing
one
this.
commercial. It's like
That was
with the
very
grandmother
good.
and the young son, and
Yeah.
she says like, this is slow. I don't know what
Slow
slow
karate.
karate. I
Slow
think it's-
karate.
I don't know. It's almost like there's so many different schools of yoga and there's so many types, but
Right.
like if you're in a flow, which you would be moving from one shape to another, and it may look something like that. I'm not really familiar with
Yeah.
the Tai
Okay.
I think it's
Chi.
something
I just
different.
thought-
I think
yeah.
it's something
Okay.
a little bit different,
but toward
yeah.
the end,
similar.
after you come up from Shavasana, then you would come into a meditative state. Even before you started the practice, just centering, just trying to let go of all of that, come in here, make a commitment here to let all that go. So I say that we have to learn how to let the mind, or actually my teacher says, you have to let the mind take a seat in the body. Because the mind is our roommate, right? And it is constantly going all day long. Tasks, chores, dishes, grocery store, work, kids, sport, everything.
Oh my gosh, she stopped me stressed out.
There you are.
Did she look in our heads
This
just
is
now?
the roommate,
Right.
right? So we really have to learn how to silence that. Yep. And when we do that, then it kind of takes a seat in the body, and then we can kind of live in the moment. That's when we're dropping in.
All right, I'm signing up right now.
Me too.
So, how do people
interesting.
find out like the class schedule and when?
Okay, so the website is oneloveyoganc.com.
ONE?
Yes.
Okay. OneLoveYoga.com?
NC.
ONC.com.
.com.
Got it.
We're on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I do want to say Lexi teaches a beginner class on Mondays at 6. Casey teaches a tone and glutes, which is a little more of like an exercise class on Tuesdays at 6. Lexi also teaches an Power by the Hour, like a lunchtime, 1 o'clock on Fridays. And then we have another instructor, Cammie, who teaches a mindful flow on Sunday evenings at 5, and I did get to go take her class Sunday, and it's amazing. And then all the other classes I teach.
And you're adding like some more.
And the summer schedule is getting ready to come out, and it's going to be different. I'm going to try to bring in some more daytime classes, bump up some of the evening classes so they're a little bit earlier. I'm getting ready to go talk to Red Buffalo.
Yes.
And maybe do some yoga and beer events. I think we're going to do a new moon class in June. So we got a lot of interesting.
Is there a new moon in June?
Oh, that's very,
very
catchy.
nice.
Very
I like
catchy.
that. Very good.
Some good stuff coming. Good stuff coming. We're excited.
That's so exciting.
That is.
We got a lot happening.
Yeah.
It is, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's all downtown.
That's
and
right.
it's all downtown.
That's
and
right.
that good vibe.
That's right.
exactly right. Well, two fine places to be a part of, and of course the red carpet opening on June 3rd, 4:30 in the afternoon. You're open already.
Yes.
And ready. Well, you're open already.
I'm open
too.
already, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
big hoop-de-doo. You gonna have hors d'oeuvres or something?
I am.
Very nice. I just want to make sure.
I am. You'll have to come check it out,
And
Billy.
we'll put all her event information online here today. Now
Okay.
that she and I've had a chance to chat, and I'm trying to pull up some information because we have a big announcement.
Yes.
So we are moving forward with Friday After 5
Yay.
for 2021.
Yay.
So we are excited to be able to bring that back to downtown Statesville, and basically we're gonna offer one a month, June through October, and so the first concert is June 18th. And that is going to be Soul Watch. So
Yeah.
we're excited to have all of the bands, or at least the majority of the bands that we had lined up for last year, to be able to have them back for this
Right.
year since we had to cancel. So
And so it's one a month for till the fall.
yes,
And same place
same place.
at the
We've
end of East Broad.
for the last 3 months. We've been like trying to figure out how we were going to do this, and like every time we would make or have an idea, the governor would change things. And now that we're kind of back to normal, we're
Right.
just going to go back to the old plan.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So 18th, mark it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Starting at 5.
We'll start selling beer and wine at 5.
Okay.
The bands will start at 6.
Oh, band starts at okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
We were always just struggling to get started right at 5:30, so
Right.
we just said, okay, we're.
Probably a good idea. But tell the band
I'm
starts
trying
at
not
5:30.
to rush, and it's the bands have to be there. Yeah,
That's right.
on time.
All right. Thanks so much, Marin. And of course, we
you.
find more about downtown Statesville on the web at.
DowntownStatesville.com.
How about that? All right. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All right. It is 10:35.
Real Country 550 and 92.9 WAME.
Don't rock the jukebox. Wanna hear some Jones?